Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is the Chelsea Rundown, episode 54 for the Dolphins, women's seconds, firsts, and men's fourths for round 12. The opener music was going to run by Tony Herdman, which is available on Spotify. First up this week, we are looking at the women's regional, Chelsea versus, Liesl, help me out. Hey, Liesl, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
A little bit despondent. You're against Packet and Black, I believe.
Yes, correct.
Tell me things. How did that lineup look?
So our lineup had Alicia starting us off at second base, Kate behind the dish, Mesh on the hill, Cassie at first base, Catherine in left field, Jodie as an extra hitter, Sam at third, and Jess at shortstop.
Fantastic work. And sorry, my apologies, late intro for Ace. Ace, how you doing, mate?
Ho, 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 all you baseball-loving fiends. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, we've had a pretty good break, I believe, but the weekend certainly didn't say that in the results. But carry on, let's go.
All right, here we go. Game one highlights for this week. Liesl, please take us through it.
So some of the highlights for our twos included a double by Sam and by Mesh. Some other amazing singles by Kate, Mesh, Jodie, Jess, and Cassie. Also a spectacular catch by Sam at third base in foul territory. A catch to Mesh for a pop fly to her on the hill.
Fantastic stuff. All right, what was that final score, please, Liesl?
The final score was 13-12 to us.
Very good. That brings us through to the Golden Flipper. Liesl, who was nominee one, please?
Nominee one for the Golden Flipper went to Mesh for her amazing 2 RBI double.
Excellent stuff. And whom was nominee two, please?
As I mentioned before, the nomination 2 goes to Sam for her incredible catch at third base in foul territory.
One heck of a play. Good work, Sam. All right, Liesl, nom 3 this week, please.
Nomination 3 goes to Kate for her hit in left field, and also a special mention to the left fielder for Pakenham. She took an incredible catching that.
Full stretch there in left field, tip of the cap. That'll bring us through to game 2 for the weekend. Liesl, the women's firsts against Melbourne. Please take me through that lineup.
Our lineup for the ones started with Mish at shortstop, Bron at second base, myself on the hill, Jess behind the dish, Sam at first, Eliza in right, Narelle in left, Emily at third, and Kate in centre field.
And how did they look on the ground?
Yep, some of our highlights included 2 catches in right field by Eliza. She had an incredible day in right field. A line drive catch by Mish at shortstop. Incredible catch by Kate in centre field. Some great hits by Sam, Emily, and Bron. Another catch in foul territory for Sam at first base this time, and an amazing double by Jess.
Sam had a hell of a 2 games. Tell me, Liesl, how many of your players were in both games 1 and 2 this weekend?
So unfortunately, as we were struggling with numbers this week, we had 3 girls have to stretch themselves across 2 games on a very, very, very hot day. So we had Jess play shortstop in the first game and then catch for us in the ones. And we had Sam play third in the first game, then first for us. And we had Kate who caught and then went and played centre field for us as well.
Top effort, ladies. Well done all round. Liesl, that final score for game 2, please.
So unfortunately, the final score for us against Melbourne was 10-8.
All right, then it's time for the Golden Flipper, Liesl. Game 2, nom 1, please. Whom was it?
Nomination 1 for the Golden Flipper goes to Eliza. She had an incredible day in right field with 2 great catches.
Fantastic stuff. Nomination 2, please.
Nomination 2 goes to myself for a 2 RBI triple.
Nice work. How many triples is that for the season, Liesl?
Well, I want to technically count this one as 1 because this is the first one that was a technical triple, not on an error, but I'll take 2, I suppose.
Yeah, and if memory serves, that first triple actually should have been a home run, but Will held you up at third. Is that right?
I'll say that. He might say other things, but I'd like to say I was robbed. Yes.
And technically, this wasn't a tripper because I noticed you didn't fall over at second base on this one.
No, I was very happy with that, actually. And considering that it was nearly 40 degrees and I was seeing some black spots in my vision after I held up at third, I was pretty happy with that.
Beautiful stride by the blonde bomber.
Nom 3 this week, please, Liesl.
Nomination 3 goes to Kate for a stellar 2 RBI single.
All right, that brings us through to the men's game. Ace, take me through Chelsea v Springvale, please.
Big welcome back to Big Shaney Fisher after these bionically altered fucking calf muscle sort of held him up for the last couple of games at the end of last season, not last season, the halfway point of the last season. So welcome back, Big Fish behind the dish. Your lovely wife, Jessie Walters, in that number 2 spot. Big Nico, the Greek freak, myself down in number 4, don't mind it. Big Davey Fish Fisher. We like him. Big teabagger, hey? How are you, teabagger? You good? Yeah, you're always good, mate. That's
I'm doing all right, mate.
Big razzle-dazzle, big ugly. We love him. Welcome back, ugly. Humbles, he's always good. Had a pretty stellar game up on the mound. Unfortunately, we couldn't back him up in the field. And Lucas Carey, welcome back, Lucas Carey.
Great stuff, everyone. Ace, the highlights, please.
Look, we definitely came out sort of guns a-blazing sort of in that first. He scored 4 runs, and we thought we were probably going to be in a pretty good stance for the rest of the game. But unfortunately, sort of due to the wet weather, and although Dolphins don't mind it a little bit wet, we unfortunately weren't sort of able to hold up our end of the bargain in the fielding sort of category. Maybe it was a bit slippery out there. I don't know. I didn't get any balls hit my way, which was a bit of a God blessing because I was a little bit fearful. Some of those Springvale boys swing a mighty heavy bat. So good on them, Springvale, for keeping the ball away from me and keeping my beautiful face beautiful. So look, in the end, we sort of had a very shortened game ultimately. Only sort of got, I think it was 4 innings in total, 1 hour's fucking worth of gameplay. So a little bit disappointing in that part. I think maybe they sort of knew that the writing was on the wall. We're coming back in that sort of fifth innings to try and maybe seal off the game. But unfortunately, the umpire called the game and we were washed out. So unfortunately, we didn't come away with the biscuits.
All right, mate, more details. What was that final score?
4-5 on that one. Like I said, sort of just before that last innings, we were up, and I think I scored a run, and I think we maybe were up 7-5, and then unfortunately the rain came in, and we were unable to finish their innings.
That is unfortunate, but it does take us through to the Golden Flipper. Ace, please, nom one.
I'm going to give it to my man, Fish Behind the Dish, with his bionically altered calf muscles, showing that nothing can stop this man from playing baseball. And here he is, just again making a fantastic throw from the dish over to his lovely brother, Davey Fisher, for the tag out. Not much stops these boys when they're in a roll, and this was just a perfectly placed ball. And I think Davey Fisher might have tagged him with the hand.
Yeah, the old barehanded tag. I love it. All right, Ace, nom two, mate.
Big Lucas Carey, he joined the Mile High Club this week, not the Mile High Club that you'd be thinking about. This is when balls go a long way up, and although balls are involved when you join the Mile High Club, this wasn't that one. So, look, this was a very, very high hit ball, and Lucas Carey had definitely had a lot of time to sort of set himself underneath, but sometimes those ones that you got a little bit too much time are the more difficult catches. Well done, Lucas. Love having you out there in right field. Love the chatter, mate. Keep it up.
Indeed. Great stuff, Lucas. All right, Ace, nom three, mate.
His royal aceness doesn't mind it. Having swung a bat in 4 weeks, so he gave himself a nom this week. Cranked one out to centre right. The boys always tell me that's where I should be hitting, so I was able to sort of lean back on one, push it over centre field's head, just centre right field, just slightly a little bit. The distance, I don't know. Was it a home run? Probably. But look, the rain maybe stopped it up. I don't know. There was a bit of wind.
As I understand it, Ace, dry, hot weather enables the ball to carry further. So I think if it wasn't raining, you're every chance knocking it onto the freeway. What do you reckon?
Yeah, let's stick with that one. I think we should polish myself up and edit the stats and maybe chuck me a home run for that one, just because it was a bit of a stellar hit and obviously got the 2 runs across the board, and that was sort of one of the starting points for our great start, but unfortunately we weren't able to cap it off.
Indeed. All right, that brings us through, Liesl, to the club results. How did the women look this past weekend, please?
So, unfortunately, our firsts lost 8-10 to Melbourne, but our seconds won 13-12 against Pakenham.
Very good, Ace. How did the senior men's go, please, buddy?
Water's off a duck's back. I don't think we need to talk about it. I don't think Chelsea Baseball Club will be interested in talking about it, but losses across the board, the big L0s. First, unfortunately, 1-12. Seconds, 1-21. Let's not talk about that one. Look, there are some players missing this week, and there's some talk that we had some fill-ins. So, anyway, that happens. Our thirds, unfortunately, just couldn't get the guns firing. Big Brooksy down there looks like he's lost another 5 kilos on his carnivore diet. Come on, Brooksy, get some carbs into you, mate. You need to get some chunk on you. Come on, where's that power you fucking miss so solemnly? Boom, bear back, peel one back. And unfortunately, ourselves with the early rain delay, we weren't able to clinch one back, and our fifths, unfortunately, had a forfeit. But I think that might have been mostly because of the fact that so many players were missing from our 1s and 2s that we had to filter a lot of players up.
Indeed, we did. Liesl, looking forward to the women's this coming weekend, please. Where are you guys at?
Our firsts are away against the Southeast Warriors at 1:30 p.m. and our 2s are at home at 10:30 against Cheltenham.
Guys, looking forward for the men's. Where are we this weekend, please?
We got Upway this week. The boys are back in town. I feel like I've been Upway every second week. If it's not Upway, it's Pakenham. We might as well buy a rental property up there. Our seconds are playing Berwick, one of our arch rivals. Oh, Berwick, you bloody dogs. Berwick will come and get you. So hopefully the Chelsea club can get back on the winners trail and jag some W's this weekend. And our fifths have got the Southeast Warriors, and it sounds like it's at home. home. So good on the Fist. Let's get some wins. Come on, Chelsea.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this week. Liesl, great work from your good self. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Always welcome. And Ace, good job, buddy. Thank you.
Just remember, the pod always swims strongest together.